Hi, I'm Willi Schmidt, here to talk to you about the Little Hooker and Table Hooker European Skull Mounting Systems by Skull Hooker. The Skull Hooker wall mounting systems are really simple to install. I'm going to show you an example using the Little Hooker. It's imperative that these are mounted into a stud, so use your stud finder, find out where you want to mount it. We've already done this. You put in your top screw, making sure it's in a stud, and then you get a level and use the canisters here to make sure that you're level vertically. Once you got that, secure the unit, the base plate to the wall in the lower screw. Now we need to install the prong to the arm. These pegs on the arm are a little bit tapered. They're not designed to fit entirely in the canister. This allows you to adjust it, rotate it, and then when you get it where you want, a little bit of pressure, it'll fix it into place. The prong has tremendous adjustability. Every skull hooker comes with 2 screws and 2 nuts. One is a lock nut. You use that lock nut in the pivot hole, get it tight enough to where you can still rotate it, and then as you can see there's 12 adjustments that can be made by lining up the different holes. That's the huge advantage of a skull hooker, is allowing you the customization and flexibility to mounting it on the wall based on the species that you're trying to get a certain angle with. Skull hooker and this prong design was made to fit into the foramen magnum, which is where the spinal cord enters the brain cavity on every single animal. It was designed to be a natural hanging method for no drilling of the skull or any modifications are needed. Just fits right into the hole, prongs lock into place, and it holds up. When you put the arm onto the base plate, they don't fit all the way into the canisters. It's designed that way. This gives you the left and right adjustability. And here's where it's imperative that you mount it vertically so that it won't swing on its own. Once you add the skull, you can rotate it like this, and once you get it in the position you want, just slight pressure down because those are tapered, it locks it into place, and you've got a great way to display your skulls. So here's the finished product with a pronghorn skull. One of the cool features about a skull hooker is the easy removal of a skull. Take it off, you can show your buddies, showcase it, and it's just as easy to go back up and hang it on the wall. So we've been talking quite a bit so far about the Little Hooker, which is designed for your deer, antelope, worldwide, mid-size, and small game like the impala, blessbuck, that type of thing. There's another new cool product called the Table Hooker, which is a great way to showcase your small and medium-sized skulls on a bookshelf, a coffee table, a desk. It's a heavy base. It's got the same prong for your small and medium-sized skulls as the Little Hooker. Put it in the same cavity as all skulls are, and you've got a great way to display it when you either run out of wall space or just want to have it in a unique, flat space environment. One question a lot of people have is, how do you display a skull with a lower jaw attached? It's pretty simple. Use 2 dabs of epoxy. You apply it where the pivot point is, where the lower jaw meets the skull, and you can either do it in a closed fashion like this, or you can glue it with a pencil or some other object in between to give it a slightly open look to display the teeth. Once you let it dry, just put it on either your table hooker or small hooker. Adjustability is the same. Let it sit there just like that. In addition, Skull Hooker now has a mini hooker, which is a smaller version of the Little Hooker. It doesn't have as much clearance from the wall and is great for displaying those smaller skulls, whether it's a smaller deer, predator, like a coyote, a bobcat, a mountain lion, and it's just anything for those smaller skulls that you don't need the clearance from the wall. So a great lineup for all kinds of ways in the Skull Hooker mounting system to display all sizes of skulls. If you have any questions about any of these great products, ways to display your trophies at home or the office, head over to skullhooker.com and check them all out.